California, okay? And this is Newsom and Nicki Minaj. Two things. Newsom's California exposed #1 hub for illegal CDL licensing, okay? Safety crisis ignites federal fury. This is in the state of California. So let me read this to you. California has been caught red-handed, leading the nation in unlawfully issuing commercial driver licenses to foreign nationals, with federal regulators blasting Governor Newsom's administration for putting politics above public safety and fueling deadly crashes on America's highways. California has become ground zero in America's trucking scandal, with Governor Newsom's administration accused of rubber stamping thousands of illegal commercial transportation. Audit revealed that 1 in 4 of states' non-domiciled CDLs were issued improperly. 1 in 4, that's 25%, with some valid until 2030, despite immigration documents expiring years earlier. Tom, I'll come to you with this. Why is this so important? Why should American people care about this story?
Because because this is a health and safety issue. Those gentlemen that, there were 2 of them, one was driving and one was his, business partner, and they made that U-turn on a Florida highway. Mm-hmm. And a U-turn of an 18-wheeler on a Florida highway, and the minivan ran right under it, and that family was killed. I believe there were 4 of them in the minivan. You can get me on the facts, but I'm speaking about that incident. Those were poorly trained people with a commercial driver's license. Why is this so big? Because you can let someone come into the country and you can say, here, go to school. You can say, here's a free cell phone. You can say, here's an EBT card. Here's SNAP benefits. But when you start extending it to completely unqualified people that are getting commercial driver's license, you are now elevating the health and safety issue. I already believe that immigration is a health and safety issue when you've got bad people coming in the group. So now you've got criminals with SNAP and EBT that are committing crime over here. But this just shows you...
This is what you're talking about, the U-turn.
Yeah,
yes, and it's horrible. Oh, don't look. That's the minivan that just went under. You know, a whole family just perished there on a Florida highway because this guy had an illicit commercial license. He did not get that license in Florida. He had driven apparently several states over.
Where did he get the license?
I do not recall where he got the license. I think it was California. But this is an example of an illegal, poorly trained that gets a commercial license and doesn't. And look at that.
Can't speak English.
He makes a U-turn. He wasn't even going to make the U-turn. You see, there wasn't enough space for the vehicle to even make the turn he's talking about, and he ends up taking the lives of, this is horrible. And so I believe it was the state of California license. Yep. So what this shows you is how far...
It is. Rob, you're saying it was.
This is exactly, there it is. This is how it starts. Giving illegal CDL driver's license, that's how it ends, on a highway somewhere with innocent people killed because of the ridiculously unsafe maneuver that they make. And so this is what you're seeing. And by the way, I said 3 weeks ago, and a bunch of people said, oh, you got to prove that. There's a couple people on X. I said, when you find out the fraud in California of what they did with welfare and other benefits, they may not have been sending it in foreign receipts to Al-Shabaab the way they were in Minnesota, but the numbers in California are going to dwarf the numbers that are in Minnesota in terms of the billions of dollars that is U.S. taxpayer money that was bailing out California that was used for that. This shows how far California will do to cut corners and give things to illegals rather than protecting its own people.
I'm going to go to one of you guys, whoever has a stronger opinion, just one person to give thoughts on this before I go to the next one.
I'll give you something on California.
Go.
I was having a conversation with a buddy the other day. He's basically California, he says, is the best state in the union. I go, yeah, what are you based on that? He goes, it's beautiful there. I go, you know what California is? California is a beautiful supermodel who's a 10 out of 10 on the outside and just broken and decayed with terrible values and no principles on the inside. She's basically a hot OnlyFans model. You look great from afar, but once you open up and see what's going on inside, it's all just decayed and zero morals or values, and anything goes there. That's California. Of course, it's a gorgeous state on the outside. On the inside, go down the list here. How many times you talked about the crime, the homelessness, the overregulation, the absolute immigration, the welfare state, the $23 billion that they spent on homelessness that didn't solve anything, and it's all being masqueraded by this cosplaying leader named Gavin Newsom. And by the way, this supermodel, when you turn out, not only she has a bad personality, turns out she had a penis as well. You didn't expect that one coming, but that's trans California for you.
Who had a penis?
Women in California.
Women in California have penises?
Of course, all the time. They play sports with all the boys,
How do you know?
with all the girls. Listen, I had to do my in-depth research, PVD.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it's not pretty down there.
Here's what I will tell you. When you hear stories like this. This is when one state's bad policies. So there's one thing for you to have your policies destroy the people that live in your state. It's another thing when your state's bad policies destroyed other people in other states that don't follow your policies. And California is guilty for that. So we'll see what's going to happen at the end of the day.
What was the Nicki Minaj component to all
Nicki
this?
Minaj blasts Newsom saying he wants to see trans kids. It's the end of the road for you. Vinny, I'll let you take that one with Nicki Minaj.
Well, because I had three things. Well, I'm so. By the way, I love out of all the celebrities, Nicki Minaj has I think something like just woke her up. Like I never had nothing ill will against her. I loved her music back in the day when I used to listen to it, but she's catching on. The stuff that's happening in Nigeria, the Christians getting killed, she's finally seeing like what is happening and she can't take it anymore. You know what I mean? She was talking about the trans. Look, she goes, imagine being the guy running and wanting to see trans kids, because there's a clip of Gavin Newsom. Could you play it? And I want to just point something out, Pat. There's three things that he did this past weekend that just shows the character of the slithering snake. He's lies, he's a hypocrite, and he's literally a sociopath. Show what he said about the trans kids, Robbie.
That's an issue no one wants to hear about, because 80% of the people listening disagree with my position on this. But it comes from my heart, not just my head. It wasn't a political evolution. It was
position being that
I don't think it's. I want to see trans kids. I have a trans godson. There's no governor that's done more pro-trans legislation than I have, and no one has been a stronger advocate for the LGBTQ community.
He wants to see trans kids. He wants to see your children, not his, your children transition and get hormone therapy and puberty blockers and all that. And he wants them to compete. He wants men to compete in women's sports, which he said he was against. Liar, number one. Number two, do you guys remember when he tried to pass legislation, actually he did, about banning deep fakes and stuff like that? He posted a video of President Trump, Secretary Hegseth, and Stephen Miller being arrested in a car. He says he's anti that. He's the one doing it and he's promoting it. And then the last one, Rob, I want everybody to know he is the front runner for the Democratic Party. I said it here when Mr. Beady Eyes, what was his name that was here? The podcaster, Rob, that bet me money. They're obsessed with us on the PBD podcast.
Sam Cedar.
Sam Cedar he wakes up and he goes, oh, PBD and Vinny. That guy is obsessed with us. Hey, Sam, look at me. I should have bet 1,000. He's going to owe me money because Gavin Newsom's not only the front runner. I want everybody to understand this. If this guy becomes a president of the United States, I will bet anybody, and Sam, you could bet money with me too. The first order of business he's going to do is, what do you think? He's going to open the border, number one, because he says right here, he is proud. Look at him. He's trending. He's going to be number one. Who's the other ones? AOC, Kamala. That's not going to happen. He says, Rob, you can play that video. Look at what he says about being proud for giving healthcare to illegals. Mind you, guys, your money, your tax dollars, he's proud and he's gloating. And this type of attitude, he's anti-ICE. He will open the border. And I have a take on what we should do as Americans if they do it. Go ahead, Rob.
Relates to undoc healthcare, yeah, I'm proud of that because I believe in universal healthcare. You know, others may say it. I did it. First state in the country, regardless of pre-existing conditions, ability to pay, and regardless of your immigration status. I promised that. I promoted it. I ran 3 times on it. I did it when I was mayor. People know who I am.
Did everybody catch that?
So he believes in universal
Adam,
healthcare.
thank you. You meaning even for illegal, you're here illegally, and no wonder why all the things that you hit, Adam. Homelessness, broke, gas, nothing is going right in California. And people, guys,
but the weather's fantastic.
Yeah, and guess what? All these people are going to vote for this guy as if he has a good resume. And I'm telling everybody, and I feel ashamed, Rob, I think me and you talked about this. If they do something like that, wide open border, which during the Biden administration when they did that, and Texas tried to put barbed wire, Tom, and they brought the White House, put bulldozers, the government, and picked it up,
lifted up,
and said, "Come on in." What should we do? I want to ask you this,
Vinny. Your passion is amazing, and what you're talking about is people will say, "Oh, Vinny doesn't know what Gavin's going to do." Let's go to his resume.
Yeah,
he was the mayor of. When he said I was the mayor of San Francisco, who stood on the steps, conducted a wedding, and dared the U.S. Supreme Court to say it was unconstitutional. And there are people living in San Francisco who would never, ever, ever vote for Republicans that say that the policies and the things he did led to some of the accelerated decay that was in San Francisco. So we don't need to think about what Gavin is going to do. Let's look at his resume as governor. Let's look at his resume as San Francisco. Unfortunately, voters over there on the liberal side simply will not look at that resume.
They don't care.
And because they feel that they have been so convinced. Remember, you and I think Democrats are wrong and need to sit down and listen to reason and come across. Democrats think you and I are evil. That's the difference. They think we're evil. We think they're wrong. And so they are brainwashed into never, ever, ever, ever considering us, even though they will look at it. And you're starting to see Omar get it this weekend, getting criticism from her own party, getting people that are stepping back from her. Man, with all the stuff that's going on, all these shootings, people are stepping away from Omar, not from the party, but they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to walk down the hall of the bathroom so I'm not in the group picture with Omar on this one.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's what's happening here. It's not what he's going to do. We have the resume, ladies and gentlemen. You can go look at the man's resume, and that's what's coming.
Yep.
Vinny's right about what the future holds, but the resume tells you just how right Vinny is.
And I hope, Tom, great point, and I just hope that people know if this guy wins, or any Democrat, especially him, because he's the front runner, wins, and they open the border, it's going to be our responsibility. Seriously, you know what they talk about, Pat, the enemy's foreign and domestic? We have to literally go to the border and say no, us as Americans, and because that's an invasion. And look at Donald Trump has to undo the problem of the previous administration, letting in 20 million people. We as Americans, and I'm not going to just be the talk, I swear to you guys, mark my words, if they do that and he wins, we have to go there, us, and fight for our border and say, no, you're not letting anybody in here. With whatever force needed, nope, you guys, sorry, we're full. Get out. Unbelievable.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Nicki Minaj for calling out Gavin Newsom. That's not par for the course, especially if you're in that world. Now, here's my question. Why do you think all of a sudden Nicki Minaj, massive rapper, massive performer, out of nowhere is starting to criticize Gavin Newsom and criticize his acceptance of trans kids? Why do you think that is?
Do you think it's really out of nowhere, or do you think it's like, what
Why
was
do you
Kelsey
think it is?
Grammer's
Somebody in
group?
her family?
Abe,
No, because
Friends of
she
Abe?
had a son.
Oh, she had
Because she had a kid. And something happens to women when they have kids. Look at the stats. Unmarried, childless women vote Democrat in large numbers. And once women become mothers and have kids and have responsibility, I know that's a big word, they tend to think a little bit more logically. So my assumption is Nicki Minaj doesn't want her son to end up being trans and just wants him to be a normal boy. That's my assumption. And she's looking at Gavin Newsom being like, so you want more trans kids? That's what you're supporting? Little too far.
I don't know. It's just because she had a son. Because a lot of, look at Dwayne Wade. Look at Magic Johnson. They had a son. And both their sons. Have you seen Magic Johnson's son?
Oh my god,
he's
goodness.
A giant transgender guy.
Is he trans or is he just plays a woman?
I don't know. I don't know what
he's a woman.
He plays a woman, right?
Oh my god.
Look at Dwayne Wade's, right? You see Megan Fox. Megan Fox has how many? You see these actors and actresses who have 2 or 3 trans kids.
She has more than one
Oh,
trans kid?
what about a lot, dude? The majority of these, because they think it's cool. It's a trend.
It's fashionable. It's
fad.
cool.
It's really what it is.
You're
So-
Kind of like
with the
wearing a
program.
puppy, in your book bag.
But that's what even makes it tougher and more admirable for what Nicki Minaj
Yeah, I
is
agree.
doing. With that being said, guys, exciting news here on what happened. I got a report this morning. Let me tell you what this report is. Do you know I got the report this morning because of Christmas shopping? We've been doing a lot of Christmas shopping ourselves. My son's got the longest Christmas shopping list he's ever had.
Dylan?
Oh, my God. And by the way,
man.
so many of the items are old dinosaur, what do you call
Legos.
it? He's all into dinosaur Legos. that we got to go try to find. We got to go find. We got to tell Santa to go find.
Of course.
And he's been doing a lot of stuff. So Christmas shopping. You know what this is? Since the vault till today, I've only not worn these 3 days. Every day I've worn these. And you know why this is a special week? Because the white and the navy are officially here being shipped out this week. They're being shipped out this week. So I want to give you a report that I got this morning on how many countries have ordered these shoes. You ready? In order, okay, of orders, of who's ordered the most. Obviously, U.S. is number one. Number two is Canada. Surprisingly, Canada's number two. I have to look to see if Pierre won it or not because I don't know if he believes future looks bright. I hope he did. Australia, 23. Interesting. Australia's diehard fans of the podcast, by the way. Australia 3X'd UK. Okay?
Damn.
Then you got Slovenia. Then you got UAE. UAE makes it in the top 6 of people ordering the shoe. Then you know who's next? Saudi Arabia. Then it's Malaysia, Poland, Croatia, Bulgaria. Then it's Switzerland, Ireland, Czech, Oman, Norway, and guess who's last?
Oman, little old Oman.
Israel is last. They did buy, though, but they're last. Jeez. So somebody there said...
But they get a good discount, yes.
No discount for the shoes. But guess what? To everybody that's watching this, I love the amount of people that are ordering the shoes. Some interesting people are ordering the shoes and wearing them. I'm in love with them. But for Christmas, folks, Rob, if you can go on a VT merch, I want to show you guys a shirt for Christmas, especially those of you guys that watch it. Whatever you do, stay up a little bit, Rob. Get yours. You're going to fall in love with these Christmas hats. Okay? I'm personally giving these Christmas hats away as gifts to some of the folks that I have. These may be the sickest red Christmas hats in the world ever, especially at a time that some people are playing the game, Christ, Christmas, what it's all about, celebrating it, whether it's the green, this is a hot item, buy 5, buy 10, buy 20, gift them to others. You will not be disappointed. On the right, that says Future Looks Bright. On the side, it says VTN. When you flip it, I don't even know if it shows the bottom, Future Looks Bright. It's a sick hat, Rob. If you can
Sold
go back.
out last year.
Yeah, I know it did. So, but we got a few left. If you go back to that page, go a little bit lower. I want to show you that shirt. You see that shirt right there? To those of you guys, the one to the left. Can you zoom into that one and go in, Rob?
What the hell is on
Well,
that?
you have to zoom in a little bit, folks. This is like OG.
Who's that?
If you go in a little bit, zoom in, you will see. Will it go in a good quality zoom in? Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Can you see it? That's me in the middle.
Is that me as an elf?
That's Vinny as an elf.
Adam.
That's Adam as a Jew.
Adam as a Hanukkah.
That's Rob in the back.
Another elf.
And then you got Tom to the right.
Dude, that's
and
hilarious.
yours truly in the middle. So it's
I want that.
On the back of it, I think it says PBD Podcast, Rob. If you don't have it or not, if you want to go to the back. Yeah, right there.
Nice.
There you
There
go.
we
All
go.
right.
Like
So go to vtmerch.com, place the order. And we're about to make a massive announcement about Future Looks Bright that I'm excited about. Once it closes, I'll make the announcement to you guys here today. So again, for Christmas, if you order today, things will arrive to you. And anybody that places an order, you get a Merry Christmas Future Looks Bright ornament and a Merry Christmas Valuetainment Edition mug that'll be sent to you as well. So go place your order, represent, and we'll send the gifts over to you. We'll send your merch over to you this week. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.